Welcome to League Zero Intermediate, the game between arguably the worst team in the league and, I don't know, like a bottom half. I don't know. But still lots of playoff implications involved. I am here. I'm Red Knight alongside Pineapple.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, man, and I'm excited. This match actually still has playoff implications. Bot Burgers is not dead, despite the rumors. That has been overstated. They have an actual chance if they win tonight and CDC loses next week. They actually could find a scenario where they're in the playoffs.
I mean, this could happen, but from what I've heard, Botburgers is not a very good team. So even if they were to make playoffs, I feel like they'd be eliminated rather fast.
Maybe. But the point is, there's still a lot to be played for tonight, no matter how questionable the teams may be, right? I mean, shoot, everyone was hyped that Rio's going to make playoffs now in Novice just because, hey, there's a chance.
I mean, like I said, there always is a chance, but I think this game does have more on the line for CDC.
Absolutely.
Who I think have not clinched a playoff spot yet, so they really need to win this game if they want to make the playoffs.
Yep, a win this week would make the whole discussion about Bot Burgers sneaking in and stealing their playoff spot non-existent. So winning in for CDC, and Bot Burgers is, of course, fighting for their lives out here. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So as it turns out, they have Bot Burgers does not have a main tank player. They have one of their support players subbed in as main tank. Although in a week where Arisa and some less traditional tank lineups are going to be probably popular, this might not be that big a deal. However, it is always interesting to see players flex their off rolls.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this does seem like a massive downside because, I mean, support on main tank isn't always the best. And,
no, and
I mean, unless it's maybe an Arisa, who's pretty easy to play. Maybe we'll be fine, but still definitely not the high skill cap that a main tank would have on heroes like that.
Absolutely. I would be looking to see them try to play things that can get individual picks. Phone. I know he has some interesting heroes in his hero pool. Like he has a Doomfist that's decent that can absolutely pop off. And you could see if they're worried about the main tank playing comps that just have high pick potential to just play around that fact because they don't have as much sustain on the point.
Yeah, that could be a good way. And we are going to Ilias first. Ilias, we could see some dive, could see some Symmetra strats. Ilias is really a well-run map where you see a lot of comps, so excited for this map.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for this map. Well goes one of two ways. Either you play a comp that makes sense for like the actual meta, or you just play Boop Cheese with Arisa, Hog, and Lucio. It will be interesting to see what people go with. I will say though, Pharah is, just got buffed and is already well played on this point.
And we do see Phone on the Pharah and Wiz, so we could see double farmers coming out here. Would be exciting.
Looks like CDC is considering some different charm swapping over to Lucio.
I'm guessing they're not going to stand as far as charms on the Lucio, but
they might be doing the speed boost. I think they're speed
boosting.
Oh
yeah, that's probably true.
That's probably what they're doing.
We do see a Hog on the side of Botburger, so looks like they're going full boop.
This kind of goes to that point I was talking about of playing for picks over playing for sustain on the point.
Both teams are engaging through mid here.
They get the SIG, and then Burger's going now. Oh, that was very. Even with them refragging the was not a big deal. And now we see that was a very
rather interesting fight. This quick win off the side, and Phones almost has that barrage already. So good fire play. And a hook into the well by Imagine. This ends that fight early.
Pulls out, almost gets Imagine into the well. Still not. CDC has not flipped the point, and they haven't really been able to get anywhere. Both Pharahs almost have their ultimate, although Phone's slightly behind. And Phone gets picked by Wiz. Wiz is now absolutely forcing the supports back, and it's going to make it very difficult for the tanks to maintain their point presence.
Yeah, and he has a barrage with no lamp. Barrage comes out but gets stunned, but does find Sloth.
Yup, so this might be a point flip, although it looks like they're going to try to, like, just hold the point. Oh, there comes the window. Res on the Sloth doesn't matter with Gumshoe going down?
Gum sauce, I think.
High Noon out. Lamp is down, but it looks like CDC is just going to clean up this fight, even with Foam getting the refrag onto Wiz. Charm has to run away. Splooge to you was trying to get the Battle Mercy kill. Did not work. That Mercy on Mercy violence did not happen.
Yeah, we do see a lot of ults coming out from both teams. So we see an ult off right here.
Yeah, looked to see Dragon be the more impactful ultimate in this spot, I would imagine. Look for them to set that up and maybe deny the main approach. Yep. Oh, they're all grouped up on that right side. This is a pretty dangerous spot to be where there's a Dragon potential. Oh, but they're going to go for Supercharger first. Very impactful argument. And Dragon's out. Just splits the team. Wiz in the madness finds Splooge. But it looks like Botburgers might actually be able to fight this huge barrage attempt. Gets nothing and he dies in the process. But Sloth gets... This fight's actually mad. Sloth goes and gets Baptiste. Or Octo. Octo gets res quickly. And now we see Whole Hog come out. They flip the point, so this might be worth it. They may lose, but they have a chance.
Yeah, it is a 4-on-3 for the side of CDC, but window does come out.
Oh, because it's a really dangerous spot to be caught out with a window. Pretty decent rotation for the Narisa, but it doesn't really matter. Steps too far. Octo finishes up the kill in the Gum.
But they are still sawing the point.
Gum saw? The points flip, so now they just reset here. And the ultimates are fairly even.
Yeah, but that was good play by the side of Botburgers. They were able to recap that point and force CDC to use a window just to retake it, and now they're at 85.
Absolutely, and that... Now we see the swap to the double shield, except it's a Risa Rhine with Imagine playing Reinhardt. This will be special. I mean, there's more main tanks in play than you would expect with no main tank player. Oh, huge boot from Foam onto the Risa. Dragon comes from the sky. Loreley, but gets Splooge. Spartan gets Simri. There's no tank line. Wiz gets 1, 2, but it's a winnable fight. It's Phone and the support. Oh, what is this madness? Wiz is on the. It's just Wiz and Charm getting taken out by Phone and Gumshoe. And holy cow, Botburgers might win. Phone's gonna have another barrage. There's no ults for the side. I'm shook for CDC, and they swap. No one's gonna touch.
Can't even touch the point. Yeah.
No, they can't. Oh no, Lucio might get it. Charm gets a touch.
Barely gets it.
Yeah. Big pull though. He's gonna die immediately. Imagine just looking to farm up. Okay, interesting pin. Yes, a kite now.
But Phone does have a barrage. He looks for it.
And he dies. That's a big pull though. If they can keep Imagine up, they might have a shot here. Oh no.
This is looking dire for
and
the
window
side of
comes out.
Botburgers.
CDC Esports. Botburgers gotta be touching my guys. Oh, Gumshoe gets a kill on the Wiz. Point flips. Oh, but then Octo gets another frag. Octo's been killing a lot of people.
And they C9.
That was interesting. I think you saw like maybe a lack of scrim time, and this is like where that main tank play was coming out, or we talked about before. Botburgers did not take a lot of space trying to deny the touch, and it allowed Charm to get on there. And even though Charm died, like the rest of his team was able to follow him up behind, including swapping to slow heroes that were better for contesting the point.
Yeah, like you said, they just didn't really push up and deny that push. Like they weren't grouped up. They would have just pushed up. They could have just cleaned up the fight and just dealt with the staggers. But they had to deal with pretty much a full team from CDC. So looks like we will see a Pharah coming back out on this point and a Doomfist on the side of CDC. So
Pharah is, I'm imagining, going to be a big theme on all the Ilios maps except for maybe the Widow one in Ruins.
Yeah, but both
Interesting
teams
though
got
that
ended.
CDC's on Brawl here, to be honest. Or actually, they're both on here, but they're on a Brawl with a Baptiste. Oh, and Sloth finds Loreley early, and now they're all grouped up, where Phone can just rain in damage. Big boop attempt doesn't find anyone. Oh, and there's the charge. Finds Sloth. Phone finds Octo. Just barreling in damage. Phone is 70 to ult already. But the fight's still anyone's game. Phone finds another in Charm, but Phone finding 3 in that fight.
Yeah, it's not even over yet. He almost has that barrage.
Gumshoe gets a kill on the Twitchy. He's looking to stay up.
They need to kill that Zarya.
Sloth comes back, gets a frag, but oh no, Sirmi almost steals that point away from them. And there's Charm, who's just going to get killed immediately. And that's another first fight for Bot Burgers. Phone comes out of it with his ult, and they have Cole. And there's no ults on the side of CDC Esports.
Yeah, even though they won that, that was very sloppy from the side of Bot Burgers. Really, the only reason when that was Phone just kind of popped off, and then we had a May and Doomfist kind of counter him. We just see Wiz on hit scan now, so I doubt Phone will be as effective.
Yep, and they're already down 1. Pushing in, and they're rightfully focusing down Phone when they can. Oh, huge barrage from Phone! It doesn't even matter if he died there. Between the Cole and the barrage, this should be it, man.
Yeah, that should be it, and imagine was kind of in the middle of their team right there, and he would have died there, but clutch barrage coming out from Phone there pretty much just won them that fight.
Absolutely. Now, importantly, the most important thing that has happened now is that CDC Esports has ultimates, and they have Space Jam coming up, which can be very, very powerful. But the rotation's still pretty good for Bot Burgers. If they manage their ults correctly, they should win.
Yeah, it's just going to be whatever team plays it better.
Only gets Imagine. This is actually fantastic. And then a big counter grab, wasting Shatter for CDC. What was the Shatter from Imagine? I'm so confused.
Interesting use of Shatters, but the fight's not over yet. Sloth
yeah, Imagine's like in Narnia. He pinned into Narnia and got set out, but Sloth finds the kill. Phone gets another as well. And oh my goodness, Botburger might hold on. Phone killing 2. And there's the res.
Yeah, but Zarya's almost off the map. It's just Doomfist gonna kill him.
I mean, Doomfist looks like he's gonna get away. Okay, this chase looks scary. Nope. Okay, Doom is now on the wrong side, but he's gonna be able to touch. He has all his cooldown. Oh, Phone with the huge
McCree won't be there for last fight. It's just Zarya who has to touch. They should be able to kill her.
Yeah, and Zarya should be able to die because she used bubble early. And who's on point? What?
Just heal is on point. Beat does come out from Charm.
Beat comes out. Twitchy off the map, but took Imagine with him. And Phone on the absolute carry this game. What on earth?
Yeah, that was just rather unfortunate from the side of CDC. Like, they just lost that first fight because they didn't have a hit scan and just never really seemed to recover after that.
Yeah, and they kept mismanaging their ults. You would see them use Spore and then not actually get the kill into what they were planning to. I think the biggest example of this was the grab that only got Imagine, which is about as good as you can hope for on the side of Bot Burgers. You know, only losing your Rhine to grab is not a great situation, but it's still better than if it got 2 or 3 people, especially when there's Space Jam on the table.
Yeah, that grab was really interesting because I think they meant to get more of that, but they only got the Rhine. And when they couldn't kill him, they tried to shatter him, which also didn't work. And then they tried to slam him with Doomfist, and that didn't work also, so just 3 ults for no kills.
Yeah, the funny thing is Botburgers tried to throw then too, right? Because then they also used their own grab and their own shatter, wasting them. It was kind of awkward.
But we do see a Widow on the side of Botburgers right here, and a Pharah.
Widow Pharah should be pretty okay here. I would imagine Phone's just saying, "Let me carry, boys. Let me do it."
They're on that May Doomfist
and Phone and get Gumshoe just popping.
Yeah, that's 2K for Phone. Looking for more.
And including the ever crucial kill into Octo, who just seems to always find good damage when he's playing.
Yeah, that
Phone with the 3K.
So it looked really reminiscent to the fight last map, or last point, because Phone just popped off. Now they're going to switch to a hit scan here. Now they're double hit scan and try to counter Phone here. Will it work?
So here's what's interesting about this. On this map, if you go Widow, you can just go Doomfist to counter, right? And then that will just create a whole new set of problems for CDC, and I mean, yeah, you have the stun, but like you got stun, rock, and pull. I mean, maybe that's enough to make Doomfist not appealing. But Twitchy
does
gets
have his
Imagine.
ult
That's
right
a big
here.
pick.
The Spartan is
both
one
the picks
also.
are down.
Can Phone bring this back with his barrage? He does find
Phone
Widow in the
finds
back.
one, so now they're only down one. Shield being thrown out there. He's looking for his opportunity. Sloth goes down to a rock from Sirmi. Twitchy. Oh no, this is all bad news. And crucially, I don't believe any ults were used.
Spartan did try to pop that Coalescence right there on the side of Bot
Oh,
Burgers.
okay, so they traded 0 ults for an ult out of Bot Burgers. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and they still won the fight. Phone still just have this barrage. See something big, but Gumsauce is coming up on the grab also.
Window out from CDC, pretty good. It's going to make them have to kite here. They can't really poke into that. Oh, big pull combo, but Bubble's out, so it didn't really do too much. And now they're pushing in from right side, making them reposition. And they've kind of closed the distance. This is like not a terrible spot. Phone is hiding in the back right on coast. He's behind them. They don't know. Big slam coming out from Imagine. Can't get anything because of the... Oh! And Phone looking for a hero play, but it was probably not advisable to this team down so much.
Yeah, and this is another fight lost for Bot Burgers. It looks like they had all their cards mixed in Phone's barrage. And CDC knew this, so they just had Trance, Shield, Lamp, they just had everything to counter, and they just found nothing. Yeah, and Phone is on the Doomfist here now to counter that Widow, like you were saying earlier.
So they're going to be looking to probably set up, and Phone already has found Wiz. Wiz I don't think has grapple, but he gets away. He's won though. Sloth almost finds him. Phone on the top left high ground, just poking and prodding, looking for his opportunity.
Yeah, he was looking for it.
Oh, Sigil out, catches only Phone. Phone gets the bubble. He's going to be fine. Imagine's taking a lot of space in the front, and like Twitchy has to back up. Huge grab from Gimshu getting 2, but Emor is out, but it won't matter. This is Bot Burger's fight to lose. And it's just clean up now with Twitchy.
Yeah, good play by Bot Burgers. It did seem like that Doom Tracer comp did seem to work out, because they just both went on the Widow in the back.
Absolutely, and they have to be... And they still have to be terrified of Doomfist for a lot of the same reason you gotta be terrified of Fark, because, you know, you lose track of where the Doom is, all of a sudden one of your teammates dead, and it's a 5-on-6.
Yeah, massive pick potential.
And also, crucially, that fight allowed Bot Burgers to get 2 ultimates and be halfway to beat, so this is actually a pretty good reset for them.
Yeah, and Window
out, they're just gonna kite. Phone finds the pick on a Loreley. That's huge. He finds 2. Well, Phone dies, but Imagine takes the opportunity to pin in and kill Twitch. This is Bot Burger's fight to lose. Cole out just to make sure we secure this fight. And there goes Charm and Wiz, dead as doornails. Sloth is also having a pretty good game, finding his openings.
Yeah, Sloth's having a really good game also, and this is going to be the last fight. And with 4 ults coming up here for the side of Bot Burgers, with only the Bongo on the side of and Trans on the side of CDC, says this is Bot Burgers to win.
Absolutely. Imagine though, kind of under pressure early, needs to back up.
Oh,
they don't even touch the Charlie Niner. I mean, I think they had the opportunity to. And holy cow, Bot Burgers is up 1-0.
That's a really surprising map for me, because I mean, Bot Burgers is supposed to be really bad, but it's really looked like CDC was worse, because even Bot Burgers, they don't have their main tank, and I don't know, it's just
they didn't have their main tank, and they were in a double main tank comp.
I did seem to notice Imagine did kind of feed a little harder, could get punished, and they just didn't seem to punish him very well.
Well, what was even crazier was you had fights, especially on Lighthouse, or not Lighthouse. Yeah, Lighthouse. Sorry, I apologize. On Lighthouse, where he would charge or do something weird, he would get punished, but then Phone would kill 3.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the healers did a good job, but it's more the DPS just bailing Imagine out right there with their just getting picks off.
The healing has definitely been solid from Bot Burgers, but I mean, in fairness, right, when you're playing Mercy, it's hard for me to make evaluation.
Yeah, this is true.
So it looks like we're going to Velskaya?
Yes, we are going to Velskaya. We could see a Pharah come out here. I've seen that before, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'd expect probably Brawl, probably Zarya, Ryan, but you never know with these teams.
There's certainly a lot of options. Volskaya is a map with a lot of brawl potential, but obviously double barrier.
Yeah, I don't know. We could see something pulled out of the hat by either sides, or maybe just more standard. But I think if CDC wants to win this map, their DPS really need to step up because the two tank lines and support lines looked pretty equal, but Botburger's DPS line just looked a lot better than CDC's. So they want to win this. They really need to step up.
They do. I think one of the big areas that I think has been an issue for them is they lose track of where Phone is playing. So, you know, a lot of credit to Phone, but they're swapping out Phone for Fish. Interesting. I don't know. Like, it looked like the best thing going for Botburgers was Phone. I don't know. That I could be biased because, you know, I know the guy, but still.
Yeah, Phone did look really strong on the map, but maybe they have a comp that revolves around fish play. Like maybe they're running like a Torbs or something more of like a niche pick that Fish is really good at.
You know, one has been known to bust out Symmetra on this map.
Yeah, we could see a Symmetra. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this goes. Like I was saying though, I think the big thing with the CDCs, with CDC is like they haven't managed their ultimates very well. And
yes, definitely.
To be honest, that kind of surprised me because I expected Botburgers to have the management problems. I guess based on everything I've heard, right? Like Botburgers is a team that has been, you know, having a rough time, and like it's not that the players are individually not good. It's more like their in-game management of situations is bad, but like they've been doing great. They've been rotating their ultimates. You know, there's questionable individual plays, but the macro of it has been okay.
Yeah, good play by Botburgers. We do see Fish on the May, so maybe I just want to run like a May comp, and Fish is a better May than Phone. That could be what we're seeing.
Yeah, maybe, but I will say, interesting to run. Oh, they're running the Ashe. Okay. I see what they're doing. They're running Ashe Mercy. All right. Man, this is like the comp special, dude.
Yeah, this is an interesting comp from Botburgers. I honestly thought they were on the attacking side and thought they were going to change, but they're not.
No, me too. That is what exactly I was looking for.
And we do see pretty much full brawl coming out from the side of CDC right here.
Yep. I mean, yeah, very good. Big wall coming out. Surmi's caught out, but there's a good counter wall from Lorley. Both bubbles are out. A lot of resources for CDC to push with. But again, we get in the right side room. Huge pick from the Orisa, but they trade, and Fish is the one who goes down but from Pucci's charge.
So now Imagine is caught out right here.
Imagine's caught out!
He didn't have his DPS to back him out right there.
Huge issue. Yeah, that might be the first point. Unless Sloth does something incredible.
And there
goes their tank line.
Yeah, that was just a quick push. I think that's more mistakes by set of Botburgers and good play from CDC because, I mean, just a random charge able to find Fish, and then Imagine pushed a little too far and just didn't have the resources to save him.
That's an interesting coalescence.
They do fat finger the coalescence.
And just the yeet right on the point, and that's a big window. Wall comes out. Big dynamite from Sloth. And they're just going to kind of give up the point without much of a fight. And this is important because now Imagine actually is going to get Shatter potentially first.
But Lorley is coming up on this Blizzard also. He will have it. They have Blizzard grab, but Stormy does fall.
Huge pin from Imagine. Huge wall from Fish. And you're starting to see maybe this is why Fish got put in, because he's the Mei specialist. Because, I mean, his walls have been pretty damn good.
Yeah, Fish has looked pretty good on the Mei. And Fo's not exactly known for his Mei, so I think that is the reason.
Yeah,
but we do see CDC coming up on 3 ults and gonna have beaten high noon mid fight, so we're gonna have to see a good hold from Botburgers right here.
Yeah, but you know, crucially, Bob is up, and Imagine does have Shatter to match Twitchy, so there's a chance here. Oh, the grab and okay.
Good block
Huge
by
block from
Imagine.
Imagine. And his slam gets nothing too, and now he's caught out. And Imagine dies in there, and somehow Botburger's gonna have the worst end of this fight.
Yeah, but they do have spots now.
Gumshoe. Yeah, but Gumshoe falls there, and he was probably pretty high energy. They have no more ultimates, and crucially, Wiz and Charm both have their ults if they want to really push this fight for the win.
But Fish will have this Blizzard in 1 second. High Noon comes out from Wiz.
Fish is dead, and he's gonna have to come from spawn to do it, so his team has to cap or defend.
Will they touch?
Spartan touches. Oh man, but it's just death rolling here. Octo built another Coalescence after fat fingering his first one.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but they still were able to win that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think really, like you said earlier, oftentimes Botburgers, when they lose, it isn't like they lost because somebody on the other team popped off. They lose like because they do things like Imagine will push up to like truck and be by himself after they're down one, and no one can really help him.
Also, due to the nature of 2CP, you really only have to win 2 fights, and because they took that first fight so dominantly, they did have a lot of ults in the bank, so they were just able to pretty much just out-ult Botburgers right there, which kind of won them that fight.
Absolutely, but I mean, even then, right? Like CDC, like they froze the back half, and then they got 2 in the grab, and they didn't really find anything. Like everyone was staying alive, and then like Imagine again, you know, he goes for the slam, doesn't find anything.
I don't know exactly what happened to that slam.
3-on-1. What do you say?
The slam did look like it should have hit a couple, but like they from my perspective, it looked like they jumped over it. But I don't know.
I think it was blocked by Loreley's ice block.
Maybe, I don't know.
Ice block, and I think that's what the slam hit. So, I'm not.
We do see similar comps, but we do see a Zarya coming out from the side of Botburgers.
Yep, mirror comps here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of Imagine's main tanking yet. I mean, he goes in. Wall just used to change the map geometry here for the side of Botburgers, getting up to high ground. They're doing a really good job on the rotation. They're going to rotate to the far left side. But I would imagine they're going to work down and control Mega. Sloth finds a huge pick onto Charm. So now they're going to push on. Imagine doesn't get separated by the wall. Big counterpin from Imagine Twitchy. Twitchy's going to die. Botburgers looking like a whole new team on this offense. I mean, that was about as clean as it gets.
Yeah, just really good because Sloth's able to pick off that Lucio really fast. And they just didn't have any healing and no speed boost, so they're just kind of able to just roll into them and just collapse on them.
Absolutely. Without Lucio, like, you know, the team with speed controls the engagements, right? So losing Lucio first is like a big deal because you can't kite when you're losing a fight. Then you have to like fight in positions that you don't want to fight. So really, really well played. Excellent play from Sloth. And as usual, amazing walls from Fish.
Yeah, but they will see they are taking a high ground position for the second point.
Yeah, they are trying to let Sloth find something. I imagine they might be trying to high noon here. Both walls are out. Both high noons out at the same time, but Sloth has the better position. They trade.
Massive slam.
But a huge slam from Imagine. Oh my goodness, and that's going to be the point if they can just clean up the kill on Asirmi.
They need to clean this up fast.
From Octo. All right, and this is going to be at least first tick.
But literally, that's what the Blizzard. Asirmi almost does have the grab, so they need to kill these. They need to kill the main.
Oh, big skill lord kill from Spartan. And Blizzard's out. Oh no. Coalescence out for the side of Botburgers. They're looking to try to win this right here. Grab gets 2.
The beat comes out.
Oh, this they're in it, dude. They are looking to win this fight decisively. Sloth finds 2.
He has
3.
another Hanoon.
And it's only Ball and Tracer contesting the point. Wiz is just trying not to die. And it looks like this could be it. They're going to go for a last second contest here. Monkey gets pinned off point. They blizz the point. That's going to be it. And we have a game, folks. Botburgers are the better time bank.
Yeah, just really good attack by the set of ball burgers right there. They just do not hesitate. And I mean, like I was saying earlier, the DPS inside of bot burgers just looked really good. Sloth built a high noon that entire fight.
No, absolutely. I think the other thing to keep in mind too is Imagine looks so much better on offense too.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're playing offense, your team can just kind of move with you, and then you have like less feed potential per se.
Well,
But on
yeah,
defense, if you step out of position, you just step into the entire attackers, and they can just keep backing up.
no, absolutely, and I think also it helped him a lot to be playing the brawl mirror versus have to fight spam, right? Or
Okay,
rather,
I
play
bet.
with the
It
brawl.
is
He has a
cheesy.
Zarya bubble. That's what I'm saying. So the Zarya bubble helped him a lot, I think, and allowed him to get a lot of good position.
And we do see the Ash comp coming out again from bot burgers. Didn't seem to work last time.
See, I'm not a
But
fan of this anymore. I think like after the first time, I'd be trying to do something like Pharah. I'd be trying to do something like, I don't know, Junkrat here seems like it could be okay if you want to do something spicy or different. I think Brawl mirroring might actually be the play. Also, I don't like the Baptiste if we're not going to be running the, I'm sorry, Battle Cattle.
yeah.
Full brawl from the side of CDC Esports. Huge wall from Fish. Separates two, pins in. Double stun, counter walls out. But it's Bob Burgers who gets the better side of it. Finding two. Imagine gets one, Slots gets the other. Oh, but Twitchy gets Fish.
Oh.
And Imagine's in a bad spot. He's going to get killed. And
So
all of a
anyone's
sudden,
fight at
CDC
this
has
point.
a winnable fight. Twitchy popping off, getting two. Huge fight. And I will be honest too, Lorley with the huge freeze. This has been an offensive heavy series.
Yeah, the spot burgers didn't seem to really look very competent on that defense right there. They didn't have very good focus fire. Like they found the 2 picks early, but a good wall came out from Lorley right there, and just allowed them to be walled in, just not do anything. And you see the shatter from Twitchy and the coalescence from Octo, so they have really good steamroll potential right here.
Absolutely, and you see Splooge switch to the
But Fish is caught out right here.
Is a big deal. Big block from Imagine. Oh, and they freeze him out of. How did they even freeze him? That was such a long range freeze. What the heck?
Who even knows anymore? But Lucio is running in the back on the Ash, and he does fall.
Big wall on a Twitchy. Twitchy's gonna get caught out and killed. Gimchi with 2, man. Absolutely killing it in the Zarya 1v1s. And they're gonna push these guys all the way back to spawn.
Yeah, that was rather interesting from the side of Charm. He went into the back, was trying to solo kill the Ash and a Mercy. It didn't work, and they were just down their heels in speed. So
No, absolutely. If there's a comp that really Lucio shouldn't Reddit on, it's this, tight brawl comp. You need Lucio to be able to speed around the tanks, and if he's not doing that, he's really failing at his job.
And now they essentially have one more fight, and Bot Burgers does have 5 ultra here, with CDC only having 2.
Yep, big dynamite actually from Sloth. Sloth drops to 1 though. Has to be careful. Probably gonna get healed back up. No big deal. I think they're trying to set up high noon here.
Yeah, but then we have 1 fight right here.
Oh, big grab. And all the ults are out. That was the weirdest Bob animation I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, Bob did get stuck in the grab, but he's out now.
Yep. Huge grab from Gimshu. And I think this is going to be Botburger's full holding second point.
Bot Burgers has it.
All right. So Botburgers has to just cap first point and then get a tick. It's doable. And
Yeah, it's very doable, especially like the last attack.
And like, let's remember too, if this happens, Botburgers is going to be up 2-0 on CDC Esports. Like, Botburgers looks really good when their tank isn't feeding. Like, it's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, or more to say, they look really good when their DPS are popping off.
I mean, I think that was more the last game. Like, this one, a lot of players have contributed to it. I mean, I know Mei kind of dominates, like, how you view fights because of the way her wall works, but I mean, like, I think Gumshoe has been popping off this map, particularly on Zarya.
I believe he is a support, so really good play from Gumshoe, just showing his flexibility. And you will see an Orisa Ryan double shield comp coming out from the side of CDC. I don't know how much better this will fare, but they need to think of something to try to win this map, or at least draw it.
I think it's very good against Imagine. Imagine seems to hit shift at weird moments, and like, you know, Orisa can just melt him.
Yes, this is true.
Plus, yeah, Octo and Baptiste has been a pretty lethal combination before as well.
Yeah, Octo does look
like just gets
on the bat.
All right, and of course we see Botburgers running out on the exact same comp they ran before as well, with the full brawl.
Do you see it? Yeah.
Big pull.
Wall comes out so they can rotate to the high ground push again.
Yep, and you know they're getting hit with some damage, but it's not that big a deal. Imagine's doing a good job of keeping his team up. They're waiting for everything to come back, their resources, and now they're pushing into the back. Oh, but Imagine gets pulled and just into too much damage.
Yeah, and Botburgers needs to back up now because there's no way they win this without their Ryan.
Well, the advantage of like standing here is you do make it easier for Imagine to like get there because like for what it's worth, CDC can't push them, right? Yeah, just play here, wait for Imagine to come back. Because I mean, look, like.
But Fish gets caught out.
Literally getting picked by Fish is not good. They were poking probably a little too much. Imagine now gets caught out and he's gonna get flanked. He pins away though. Actually, Imagine's fine. He got away.
Imagine will be back, but they're still down their May. But I think they have to take a fight here.
Yeah, they definitely do. Especially while the ult advantage is not too out of control. Now they have Coalescence, so this would be the time to push.
Yeah, they do have an ult advantage on the side of Botburgers right here.
Yep, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna wait because Fish is gonna wrap around that backside, and Wall's out.
They can just farm him in that room right there.
That's exactly where you want them. Huge wall, and that's gonna be point.
Yeah, it's just not
that
a very
was
good
really
position.
well played.
It's just really bad positioning out right there from the side of CDC because when the team's running Brawl and you're in a tiny room with a Moira Coalescence coming at you, you're not in a very good situation.
No,
but they
you're
do
not.
have 6 ults coming up right here. So Botburgers takes a quick
like
dry fight. They could win this.
And this is the power of not having D.Va, right? They couldn't leave to contest the point from another place because if the Brawl comp gets there, it doesn't end well for them. Oh, but Wiz is going to find something with a high noon. So if they die quickly, this is not that big a deal for Botburgers, as they still have Graviton.
Yeah, they just traded 3 ults for 1 right there.
Yeah.
They still will have 1 good, solid fight. And even if so, this map will at least be a draw.
And that means technically Botburgers can't lose the lead.
That is true, yes.
Botburgers saying, we want to make the playoffs. Alright, Supercharger out. You have to kite this damage if you can, but Imagine's gonna charge. Big bubble, big grab. Oh my goodness. They might win this. Slam doesn't do anything, but it doesn't really matter. You gotta kill the Supercharger, man. Imagine's frozen, Coalescent out, and oh, huge pin. Imagine just like piling in damage. Splooge finds the kill. Twitchy goes down to the Zarya. And then that's Blizzard. Dude, they might cap this point.
It's just Wiz and May on point. Bab drops down, Lamp comes out.
And they get Loreley, and that's gonna. Oh no! They just gotta get the ball. And they cap. Botburgers up 2-0. This is not what I expected when I was told I was casting this match today.
I am very surprised by this. It's really good performance coming out from Botburgers right here. And Spartan had some amazing calls coming out. Like, I'm pretty sure his calls pretty much allowed him to win both the fights and that overtime push.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah, look at this. This is why you don't sit in a tiny room with a Moira.
No, absolutely. You're 100% correct. And it kind of gets back to what we were talking about. Like, you know, we haven't really talked about the bans, but, like, the power of D.Va being able to sit on point by herself and then just get away to, like, just prevent them from capping point is such a big deal, and not having that really hurts double barrier comp, right? Because what does the Brawl comp want to do once a fight on point, you know? So that was really well played from Botburgers. I am shocked to see the worst team in the league for intermediate anyway, struggling in the past anyway, playing so well, playing so coordinated. Like, you know, they did a really good job managing being down one person, you know? Like, a lot of teams would have not handled that well.
Yeah, they are just bouncing back here. They are, I mean, I guess they're pretty much eliminated from the playoffs, but they're showing that even so, they want to make it close and try to knock other teams out.
I mean, but all that has to happen is they win this one, right? And CDC loses the next week. I'm pretty sure they're good, right?
I will look at the standings now. Yes, I do believe so. Yeah, if they, the map differential will matter, but sadly, CDC is going against another bad team in DKE next week. So, but I mean, if they can be upset by Bot Burgers, they can be upset by DKE also, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, big implications regardless. And CDC, you know, you have to think you're coming into this match, you're playing against one of the worst teams in the league, right? You have to be a little boomed going down 2-0 like this, right? Especially when you know that the guy on the other side is not their main tank. You know, every weird charge, every like moment that like you get boomed by that, like it could be have big implications.
Yeah, definitely. And like CDC is probably pretty shocked because they're probably going into this probably just being like, oh, we're going against Bot Burgers. They're really bad. We got this. This should be an easy 3-0. And I mean, Bot Burgers is coming out and shocking them. So CDC really needs to step up and get their heads in the game if they want to win this because it is match point now.
Yep. Hollywood being the map selected. I find this selection interesting because so far, Bot Burgers just look like they run Brawl better than CDC.
But Phone is coming in here, so I expect to see a Pharah or a Doom.
Pharah Doom Brawl? Like, I guess, maybe?
I mean, I was one of the two, but I mean, we could see them both. You never know.
No, absolutely. I see. I thought if you're gonna run Hollywood, I was expecting you to want to just play Brawl again. But obviously, the first point particularly is decent for Pharah, and second point's not bad either. So, you know, this could be a pretty decent phone map.
Yeah. You never know. You never know.
I'm more interested to see what they run on defense, honestly.
It looks like we aren't seeing any swap from CDC, so I think they're confident in their players.
All right. I mean, I hope so. I mean, Octo, for what it's worth, I think Octo's been playing really, really well. I think the real things that are killing them is like, at the end of the day, like the DPS end up getting the upper hand, and then the front line's getting just destroyed by May the last time, to be honest. And then, like you said, the positioning issue on the last defense they made.
Yeah, just Bot Burgers just seems to be individually outplaying pretty much everyone on the side of CDC. So I don't know. They just need to step it up. Maybe like bring in more team play, try to call more. Who knows what the issues could be, but they really need to fix that.
I also think a big story today is Gumchew and just how hard they are popping off. Like, out a role that they don't usually play. I mean, there were some moments like the grabs were big and the damage was big. So, I mean, I've been very impressed with their play.
Yeah, like he's playing as good or maybe better than Surmi, who's like, I'm pretty sure is considered one of the top or off tanks in intermediate. So, really good play by him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I did look at it, and Surmi has peaked 3.9. So.
Oh man.
So yeah,
if we can find, I'm gonna look at Gumchew's peak.
Yeah. Right. He is only at 2.9 this season peak.
Yeah, as tank, that's a big L if you're the 3.9 peak guy. Or you gotta be feeling it anyway. You gotta be feeling that pressure.
Yeah, Gumchew's peak is 3100, and that was in season 18, so.
That is wild.
And we do see Far McCree comp coming out from Bot Burgers. Pretty similar to what they land last month, but just with a Far and Mercy instead of May and Lucio.
So this is interesting. I find it even more interesting. CDC is running the Hanzo and the McCree versus the May.
Yeah, they could do this to try to counter phone, maybe like more pressure on the Pharah.
Lorley finds the early pill. Oh my goodness, Lorley kills two. But the rest will come in for Bot Burgers on the phone, so Phone's gonna have to get to work. Big pin! Finds Charm. Phone gets Lorley. Wiz, though, getting splooged to you, and it's anyone's fight right now.
But Phone is still alive, so they could bring back. Phone is able to find another pick.
And it's still even. Imagine just needs to hold shield and keep his team alive.
Yeah.
But he pins and finds Surmi!
He is really low, but I mean, he just YOLO pinned.
YOLO pinned, found a pick. I mean, what's the difference between Reinhardt and a sniper? I don't see one.
Yeah, and they have to reset, and Phone has his barrage already. And
That
imagine what
was nuts.
Spartan has his coalescence, so does Octo though.
No, absolutely. And I mean, the big story of this was Loreley finding 2, but like, Phone getting res and then finding more.
Yeah, Phone found 3 that fight, I think. And Phone finds another.
Phone is on a carry mission out here today. But Spartan with a good coalescence and a big slam comes in. Probably a little much, but whatever. Hey, boom him. I like it.
Yeah, that shatter wasn't absolutely necessary, and it did only get 1.
But it wasn't bad. Like, you secured the fight. I mean, I get it.
Oh no, but
Although-
Slop and Phone both die.
And
That shatter might have cost
res,
them
I
because
don't
they got
think.
so aggressive. Yeah, this is CDC's a win because they have no DPS on the side of Botburgers, but they are respawned with ults.
And no ultimates. You gotta give up a tick here. You gotta back up. Imagine can't fight on this point.
Shatter
Oh, he
finds
blocked
nothing.
Shatter because Switchy. Oh my! Oh
Phone!
my goodness!
Phone!
What is this madness? The backup tank just had the biggest grab of his life, and Phone just hit 5 with Barrage.
I don't even know what to say there. It was a 4-on-6, and the DPS have really been hard carrying. They should have just pushed into them right there with no threat.
The big thing
God.
was Gumshoe baiting with using Imagine as bait to get his grab. That's the big story to me. But Phone, yeah, absolutely having a nuts.
And Wiz falls, so they have to wait another 6 seconds. But they do have 5 ults kind of on the side of CDC, so they should win this fight. But I mean, with Botburgers, you never know.
Well, and importantly, you have a lot of ults that you can use to counter. Remember, 6 ults is a lot, but it's still very possible to lose with those 6 ults when there's like one better quality ult used by the team. Like Imagine has a shatter, and he finds 3. That was a huge shatter, huge Hinu. What?
Oh, I don't even know what to say anymore. They just use, well, they did use 4 ults there, but they also used 4 ults on the side of, they used 3 ults on the side of CDC right there.
Yeah, it was a little unnecessary. The high noon was all you needed, but oh well. And Phone's gonna get his ult quickly. I mean, it's high noon and beat for the side of CDC. Not the most impactful ultimates besides the beat. And a beat won't win you a fight if you aren't getting frags. And honestly, Botburger's been denying frags quite well. And beats being used for a hard engage. They're used high noon to protect their McCree in the back. Spartan falls. Sermi finds Sloth. Sermi finds Phone. Sermi hard carrying this point. He's like, nah, fam, I got it.
It is just a Reinhardt. Oh, he finds.
Oh my goodness! Somebody screen cap that right now.
They will cap this, but pretty much in overtime. So not a very good spot for CDC at this current moment.
And the ult economy is kind of reset here. Twitchy has his slam, but like they're about halfway to grab for Sermi. And then no other ults really close. And they're gonna switch now to Mirror the Pharmacy.
Yeah, I mean,
So
Pharmacist is really working in a massive fire
Imagine has killed Loreley on Vara back to back.
Yeah, he's
like,
just asserting his dominance.
Big slam, big.
Oh, good
Oh my
land by
goodness,
Octo
big,
right there to
huge
save
lamp.
3 of them.
But the fight's not over. Wasted slam there, but the res comes in and Gumshoe. They're fighting right inside of spawn. Wiz kills Sloth. Gumshoe kills
finds
Wiz. They got a kite, dude. They cannot keep fighting here.
They just pocket Gumshoe. Okay.
Oh, they used
interesting,
Coalescence? They were probably trying to save Gumshoe, and they did it too late.
Yeah. I just have to give credit to Octo right there. Phone would have found another 3K with that barrage, but a massive lamp coming out from him that just saved the whole team.
Absolutely, and that's probably a communication issue from the side of Botburgers not trying to get out lamp early.
And look at that. They used 3, Botburgers used 3 ults there, and they lost the fight still, and CDC used none, so now they have essentially 5 ults again.
Yeah, and Loreley is now at... Oh, but it's a trade, but they're going to get the res off onto Loreley, so it's not really a trade. Emor's down, though, so maybe Botburgers can make something happen. Slam comes out, finds at least 2, Gumshoe dies, and there's the front line gone for Botburgers.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
just kind of
Phone's
got bullied in
respawn,
that
who
little room. The Sloth does find Octo and Sermi.
Phone, though, is kind of running for his life right now, being chased by Loreley. Oh,
Who will win this
this
fire
aerial
duel?
duel is just interesting. Oh, and Loreley gets the best of it, and they cap point anyway, so it wasn't that good. And Botburgers needs to run away before they get pushed up.
Oh, Splooge just got direct hit. So now they have to back up
Unlucky.
again. Actually, Phone just did respawn, so they should be fine.
Yeah, this is just a small delay. It's helpful for CDC.
CDC only had to use one ult to get it through that entire second phase. And that was just Twitchy
Yeah.
Shadow, and that's a really fast ult to rebuild.
And here's the thing, right? They have grab plus barrage, and there is no lamp on the side of Botburgers.
Yeah, they can get a massive combo right here as long as Surmy hits the grab.
Good. Imagine's feeding habits was actually very helpful, but Wiz uses High Noon and finds 3, kills Gumshoe for a 4K.
Yeah,
I
but they
mean-
did just use their 3 most impactful ults right there, and they should be able to touch. Actually, I don't know.
I don't know what they're waiting for. They gotta touch
No,
now.
they won't be able to touch. Mora gets stunned.
Oh, no! Imagine's on there! But they're all dead. Loreley finds 2, Wiz finding Phone, Wiz finds Splooge to you, and Octo kills Gumshoe, and that's probably all she wrote for that first point.
That's really interesting, because they just got stomped on that first point, but then they just stomped back on the second 2, so... It seems when they pushed that far, the far really did help them.
I think the big thing there was the management from Botburgers deteriorated as the game went on. Right?
Yeah, I do
you get
agree. They
comfortable,
really-
you let your hair down.
Yeah, I think they did get a little overconfident in that last point, just never really got a full fight again, because they... It's never fully really regrouped till that last time. And they just got 3 ults used against them, so...
No, absolutely. And I think they really just didn't have a good fight on streets to speak of. A lot of people dying early. And you know, you're seeing again, like, the front line. Imagine is like a boomer bust main tank from what I've seen of him so far. Like, I mean, he has some of these plays that, like, I mean, it's like Bumper except for actually gold. Like, you know, it's rough.
Yeah, that's very true. And we do see CDC come out on the Hanzo that really found them no success on the first point when they attacked, so... I would not be surprised if Botburgers just rolled on the first one and they go back to the Farah.
I want to see Phone switch if they go to the mirror again, and I don't know what Phone would want to switch to. I would think he would want to go Doomfist because he still has a high pick potential and is one of his better heroes. And it's worked so well for him on the spots that they haven't. I get why he didn't make that choice with the mirror, because obviously Farah is pretty okay against Doomfist because of the flying thing, but still.
Yeah, but just switch on that last point, because that last point's not a good Farah map, but we will see.
Absolutely. And they're pushing in, everyone's poking and prodding. CP down to low ground, interestingly enough, while Botburgers takes the high ground.
But the Mora is really low. She does get
So
healed
they're
up.
gonna hide in cafe. So everybody's just kind of like poking and prodding, looking for positioning. By the way, I think the situation favors Botburgers because they have the Farah.
Yeah,
But
Farah's
Splooge
just
gets
raining
picked by
damage.
Wiz for flying too low. Oh, but a huge boot from Phone, and Imagine is just in there, but a little too deep. And that's
Yeah,
gonna be a
they're not
quick
able to
fight win
find
for
anything.
CDC.
Like I was saying before the map, the DPS on the side of CDC really stepped up because Wiz seems to be hitting more shots now and just kind of shutting down Phone and
Imagine,
a little more.
Imagine.
Imagine does feed a little bit there.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Just cost them this 10 seconds.
I think Imagine might be a little boomed after that last one. He had a big pin, but like he pinned into the team, so there's nobody to keep him alive.
But Phone is hitting a lot of members of CDC with his rockets, and he's pretty close to that barrage, and so is Gumshoe to the grab.
No, absolutely, and I would expect to see
CDC does have 4
a different
ults also
outcome
now.
if Mercy lives here. But again,
They're
everyone's
gonna have
just
6
poking.
ults pretty much for CDC.
No, it's true. They gotta try to get these off before beat comes down if they can.
Yeah, but we will see. They are.
Oh,
Where's our low
and
in the low ground?
Twitchy has no barrier, so they're gonna go in on this. Oh my goodness. On the bright side there, I think more ults were used by the side of CDC, so Botburgers is not in the worst spot, but it is unfortunate.
Yeah, Botburgers shouldn't have not used that barrage there, because they already committed 3 ults to that fight. They should have just backed out when they can. And Phone tried to commit that barrage, tried to pull hero play. They did only lose 2 bullets, and they used 4 on the side of CDC.
It is worth pointing out that Phone probably can get another barrage fairly quickly because of
Yeah,
the way that
that is a
CDC's
pretty quick
been
ult to rebuild.
positioning. Yeah, especially with the damage buff that just came through. So now again, they're doing the exact same thing. They're going right up to the high ground. They're gonna go right over to Cafe, but they haven't really rotated enough yet.
But Phone does lose his Mercy. And gets
and
picked
Phone
for
goes
it.
Down, but I believe Mercy's gonna be able to res him, so it's not the end of the world. Sloth finds a kill on the Wiz, and then there's the res. So now it's a man advantage. Okay, good bubble. I was gonna say, who's protecting Sloth? Imagine's gonna try to pin into
But what is Twitchy doing on the high ground? He goes for a YOLO charge.
Oh, and the slam just gets
Get
Twitchy.
shattered.
And Phone's gonna get kills for the good slam from Imagine. Imagine playing pretty good there. You know, a little confused about where everybody was. Avoided being pinned by Twitchy, and then, you know, survived for a big slam, so that was good.
Yeah, that was a rather bad play by Twitchy, because he walked up the high ground, like crept behind and tried to go for a YOLO charge, and then he just got shattered, so... Strange play from Twitchy.
Alright, so Phone's looking to duel 3 people on the high ground, decides that's not worth it, and walks away. But, crucially, Phone's gonna have Barrage really soon, so they're gonna be able to combo this grab with a Barrage. Absolutely. The big thing is Beat exists and will be used. Oh, but Lorley finding the kill on a Splooge. Splooge is dying a lot this map. So they're going to use Cole instead of try to push and take space, but the counter Cole comes out. But Cole is being used an anti-air gun onto Phone a lot. Phone can't even poke because he's just going to get melted by that ult.
Yeah, he doesn't have his Mercy either, so he has to play safely. Imagine does have no shield and is in the middle of the team.
Oh, huge block from Imagine. Big grab. Oh, and Wiz finds 3.
Wiz popping off of the 4K.
Oh my goodness.
Let him get the 5K.
Wiz. With a 5K, dude. That was a good play.
Switched to Junkrat. Rather interesting pick, but, you know, who knows?
Well, what it does is it allows you to play a similar way to you do Pharah in the terms of like what you're comboing with and like, you know, individual pick potential. Yeah. But it has the advantage of not needing the Mercy pocket, and you can play in safer positions, right?
Yeah, that is true. It's true. He's getting a lot of damage done.
Especially if Imagine's going to play the super aggressive style of Reinhardt. It does also allow him to indirectly help the front line.
We'll see.
All right, no barriers for either side. Sloth kills a barrier, though. That mattered, especially considering Imagine lost his barrier. Big pin comes out. Slam comes out. Creates a lot of space, but it doesn't really matter because Sirmi is going to find Imagine because he was not facing the right way. And CDC, man, looking much stronger.
Yeah, just DPS, both DPS really stepped it up. Like, that last fight, Laura, you just pretty much 1v2'd Phone and Splooge on the Pharah Mercy combo, and this Wiz also looking really good with this high noon. This a lot of picks from him, just really good from side CDC.
No, absolutely, and I mean, you got to think the front line has also been stepping up a lot. They aren't getting killed nearly as often as your position, and Phone Doomfist is in. It finds Wiz early.
Yeah, Wiz tried to go for a flashbang on him on the high ground, but found nothing due to Phone just.
Oh, Phone is about to just gank off though. Oh, no, instead he splits Sirmi, gets right back out. Big counter pin. Twitchy's going to lose on that interaction, more than likely. Dragon comes out. It's probably going to get everybody.
But the Dragon came out late.
Sloth, and it's still a winnable fight. But Phone, you got to think, has to find something for this to be worth. Oh, and he just Seismic slammed everybody. And uppercutted everybody.
Really good play by Phone there.
Phone is one, but Twitchy finds Imagine. I mean, this is last fight, though. Beat comes out, desperation time. Phone gets a kill into Charm, but Sirmi punishes Phone, and this is going to be CDC Esports holding on and not letting the match get away from them, and we're going to a map 4.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, CDC's DPS has really stepped it up right there. And like you're saying with Imagine, he didn't seem to play as well on that attack right there.
Well, and I think the bigger thing is Sirmi and Twitchy both played much more controlled than Imagine did, right? Imagine has been getting the better of these 1v1s because he just feeds, right? Like,
and he stole the grab, he stole the play.
Yeah, well, I mean, I argue the grab was the bigger part of the play, to be honest, but Absolutely. It was a great map for Phone. Phone has looked good on all of his good on all of his stuff.
The biggest thing I noticed was Slough did seem to kind of take a back seat on that map. Like, I barely see him in the kill feed as much as I did on this guy and Ilias.
Yeah, I think ultimately, if it's my opinion, I think Bot Burgers took the wrong approach to the map, right? Play like, it's cool to play Super Spam, but you have to play like Super Spam. You can't play like the Brawl hybrid that easily, especially
true,
into a team that's much more committed to Spam than you, like with the Hanzo, right? You need to either be full Brawl with a Mei, because Mei can like stop their spam. You can set up isolations on the tanks, right? I mean, no offense, I just don't think Imagine is going to get the upper hand on Twitchy or Surmy, right? And Gum has been playing great, but I mean, you know, are you really going to expect him to get the upper hand the whole match?
Yeah. And we are going to Gerardo, it looks like, so maybe we see more of that Brawl playstyle.
And just to make sure I have the score right, I believe this is 2-1 for Bot Burgers, correct?
That is true, yes.
Okay.
Something I have noticed in the past when watching a previous Bot Burgers game was it did go 2-0 against DKE week 6, I'm pretty sure.
And got reverse
Or
swept?
one of the weeks, and they got reverse swept. So we could see this coming out again. Maybe they're just get reverse swept a lot, like they have a curse or something. But hopefully not.
I mean, it's Bot Burger's pick, and it looks like they're leaving everybody in. So interesting.
Yeah, Far is
So
pretty good on that first point of Gerardo, so I would not be surprised to
is.
see Bone play it.
And it's not a bad Doom map either.
Yeah, Doom can get value on third point.
Yeah, absolutely. And Junkrat's also not terrible either. And you know, something worth pointing out, right? Like, I mean, Phone has been the most interesting factor in this game by a long shot, just because, I mean, I don't think he was like I don't think he was getting that much playtime before, and like the maps he's been in, he's performed. Like, he's done what he's supposed to do. You know, had some big plays on heroes that he's good with. You know, Bot Burgers is showing a good understanding of their personnel and how to use them.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
I think
we do see the two teams switching sides, so maybe this could be a factor. See a change in the team.
Yeah, I think CDC wants to defend first because they want to like give themselves the opportunity to win the mental warfare early. I don't know. I hate defending first a lot of the time, but it's very, very good to defend first in general, right? Because you get the expectation set by the other team, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. And we do see a sub coming out, or someone leaving from the side of CDC. That does look rather bad because if he does not come, he's just restarting his PC.
All right, 3 minutes, small delay, friends, while we figure this out. I believe somebody is just restarting their PC. Hopefully they get back before the match starts.
Something I do think that is kind of interesting is usually when you see these games, usually there's like the spectators lobby's full, but there's only 4 spectators in this game, 2 from each team. I guess they don't really have coaches or anything. I think that's just interesting.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think Aunt Jemima is just the manager.
Yeah, Aunt Jemima's the manager, Fish is a sub, and then Pichu and
I don't know who Chromed
and Pichu are both subs for CDC.
Got it.
But it does look like both teams are ready, and we will get into it.
Initiating match.
Now the big thing for Bot Burgers is to not be discouraged because they had a bad performance. Like, I mean, it wasn't even a bad performance. They did really, really well in first point, and then, you know, just fell apart. You know, stuff happens. Like, Overwatch is a tough game.
That is true. They will need a rebound here if they want to take the series, not get reverse swept.
I'm actually very interested to see how the Intermediate Division plays this point on average, because I have not watched enough of the games post the map pool shift. So I'd be very curious to see how teams are going to play Dorado first point.
I do see a Junkrat from the side of CDC. Interesting pick.
I think Junkrat's a fairly decent pick here, but again, I don't like this Junkrat pairing with, like, McCree. I'm a much bigger fan of, like, the spam picks, like, in a consistent spam comp. right?
It is rather interesting seeing the Mei Torb, but they are still in spawn. So no, the Mei is out of spawn. So is the Orisa and the Bat.
I mean,
I'd believe it. Torb is
Yeah, they're coming out of
pretty
spawn.
decent. All right, Torbjorn, ready to work.
This is an interesting strat. See if it pays off for Bot Burgers.
Now, the big thing is because of the Junkrat, they're going to have all the shield break. Imagine needs to be super careful at positions. Like, where he's holding right now is good, but he has to be very cautious. You know, right now they're just poking. You know, they don't really want to battle with a Torbjorn and an Orisa. So they're going to hold that corner and try to create space for the Junkrat to find. And Octo finds the kill on the phone.
Yeah, good pick by
And,
Octo.
I mean, this is probably a reset. Oh,
yeah,
well,
and
the kills
Lost does
Sloth.
fall also. And both the tanks are very low on the side of Bot Burgers.
I imagine was probably dead there anyway. Looks for a quick pick. But, you know, back to
And
spawn.
makes switch to Junkrat right here. Interesting pick. I think it could work better than the Torb here. Especially in this narrow choke right here. It's a really good Junkrat spot right here. We do see Gumshoe coming out on the Zarya also, but Surmi does have a big lead on that Graviton.
And Phone is now mirroring the Junkrat pick. So we're going to have to see how that's going to work with a Mei. Although Mei is kind of just really good. Coalescence from the side of CDC. Window comes out. Everybody gets slammed. Phone is on the ground. But Sloth finds Twitchy. Sloth finds two. Tire out. Finds only Gumshoe. It's a winnable fight for Bot Burgers. Oh my goodness.
It's still anyone's fight, Phil.
And you gotta think, oh, Lorley finds three. What is this madness?
Imagine did seem to kind of feed. He went like a little too far right there and just kind of left his team behind and went to that small room with a Junkrat. And
Yes.
you're not really
that
going to win
definitely
that. But Sloth
It's
does
not
have the
an easy
Blizzard.
time.
And Spartan is on the
Yeah.
Moira now.
Moira is probably a good pick for just more sustain, especially if Imagine's going to keep being as aggressive as he is. Although, in fairness, if he doesn't feed into small rooms and he just feeds into the Junkrat a little bit, like, you know, just making them have to address him as a threat, playing fast is good against Junk, is what I'm trying to say.
But they do have the
Comes out,
Blizzard that
shields
keeps
still
them
being
safe
held.
in the grab.
Wiz finds
both
two
supports
somehow
fall.
still. It's both the supports, yeah.
Wiz with a 4K.
Wiz with a 4K, yeah. Oh, my word. Alright,
Yeah, and
so...
and Splooge goes. Oh no, he's still on Lucia. They had to use Beat and Blizzard there, and they just used a grab. But Stormy's already 40 to another grab.
Well, Phone's gonna have Tire here, and it might be worth considering trying to use use Tire to bait Beat, and then follow up with like a slam, right?
Yeah,
like,
or they could shatter,
kind
try
of
to
a-
shatter the Lucio entire.
Yeah, absolutely. One of those two combinations. I mean, they have to have a pretty decisive play here. But
Oh,
the trap
but-
is gonna force out Cryo. Oh man, this is the random trap in the pathing.
And Phone also
Twitchy
is low
looking for
behind them.
a cheeky pin. Oh no, Twitchy is looking for a slam. It's a flank shatter. Oh no, gets two. Oh,
Massive
but
shatter.
Imagine with three.
It's still anybody's fight.
Imagine is like in Narnia though, fighting Junkrat and Surmi. This is a chaotic fight. I do not even know where to begin. Grav is out from Surmi. It only catches Spartan, but Tire cleans it up.
They need to back
They
up
have
now.
to try
Yeah,
to
they're backing up.
recontest.
They will have a full fight still. Maybe if they don't get picked here.
10 seconds.
And Phone still just have this Rip Tire, and they have Graph inside of Gumshoe. So,
Oh, and Big Tire comes out,
but
but he
Wiz
gets
destroys
shot
it,
by
and he kills
Wiz.
Phone.
But Grav is out, gets two, doesn't, well, you don't get any kills confirmed from it.
But Wiz is
Cryo's
behind us
out
on
from
the high
spawn.
ground.
Yeah,
They're
Wiz
not
is
turning
just
around.
spawn trapping at this point. I knew anything, but he can't find anything. Splooge is doing a good job contesting the point, but it looks like they're held. Have to full hold if they want to win this.
Ever since that first Hollywood point, Bot Burgers has just been going downhill, and they need to turn this around right now if they
Well,
want to even have a chance at winning this game.
I think it really boils down to the mistakes they were already making throughout the map are being exploited more heavily by the side of CDC, right? you'll have like big slams, but like they're in positions where the team can't follow up, or they didn't know that they needed to follow it up. I think that was probably more likely with Imagine's one that he just had. And then also Imagine will do stuff like charge off into the other direction instead of the direction his team wants to play in. You know, and you know, phone is having to work with limited space because of that. Sloth has to work with limited space because of that, and that's even with them getting early picks and carrying fights.
Oh, we do
you
see
know,
a Bastion Fire comp. We did see this. Yeah, they are on defense right here. We did see this comp in Novice, so.
Very recently, it can be very effective. Although I imagine the intermediate players might be a little better at working together.
Yeah, but I mean, this comp has been run a lot in Novice and has found success there. But like you said, I doubt they'll find as much success in Intermediate.
I mean, this really boils down to how good Phone is at staying alive and keeping Splooge alive. Because
Oh, but Wiz is on the far. It could just be a bait pick, but that would be smart. Yeah, they are doing it. Junkrat Fire, a really big spam comp coming out from them.
And Sloth gets to work in turret form. They're using a good job of using that second shield from... Oh, Phone finds Octo. That's a big first pick. Wiz poking and prodding, flying around the sky. Phone looks like he's ready to engage in an aerial duel, and it's you know, everyone else is going to be ignored basically because Phone and Wiz are just going to shoot at each other.
Yeah, but
that's kind of the
neither
choice
of
you
them
make.
are hitting each other.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of the discussion, right? Part of the reason that you mirror is so you can just take the attention off the ground war. So whoever gets more rockets shot at the ground is the far that's doing more work. Who cares if they actually kill the other
Phone was doing that at the start of that first round, and as you can tell, he's already 60. Oh, Wiz is only about 40.
Twitchy is going on a big flank. What is this? Twitchy is like all the way behind them. Like,
I don't even
hello?
see where Twitchy is.
Twitchy is on the high ground. Look at where this man is. Yeah, he messed up his charge.
He missed a charge. Okay, interesting play coming out from Twitchy here. Really
but it doesn't matter. They're gonna get the kill onto him. And Twitchy finds Spartan. I don't even understand, dude. Octo killing Gumshoe. This is everything's falling apart for the side of Bot Burgers. Twitchy gets the res.
That was a good engage right there from. Despite Twitchy missing a charge, I'll just kind of collapse them at once with the Reinhardt. Even though he's not very mobile, he still was able to get up there. But Phone doesn't barrage here. He barrages right into a
immediately
lamp,
gets
but
killed.
Octo.
Yeah, and Monkey's back for the side of Bot Burgers, and they might be able to stop them from advancing.
They are stabilizing.
Sloth finds two. All right. It's not over yet, and I mean, there's 2 minutes left to hold. It's not impossible. I've seen weirder things happen.
But unfortunately for the side of Bot Burgers, they're in a really janked comp right now. And CDC has 3 ults coming up on 5.
But it's the jank that might work, because you're a double hit scan with a Monkey who can pressure out the supports pretty well.
But Wiz is 1.
This is actually fascinating. Phone's sitting up on that high ground, and they're just looking for space. Wiz has Barrage, and that's something I have to be tracking as well. But Sloth is using High Noon, doesn't find anything, but like certainly draws attention. Lorley finds Phone. Lorley finds Sloth. There's no DPS left alive. And Dragon Shatter finds 1. Steerme finds 2. Imagine kills Lorley. Wiz is killing. Oh my goodness!
They are fighting
kill. What is this fight? They bait. What is happening? They have to touch though. Phone's on point, touching. He's the last man alive. Is anyone gonna get there? Sloth is almost back. Phone dies.
Sloth
there, touches,
but dies.
And that's gonna be it. CDC has tied the series 2-2. Oh man, a roller coaster of emotion. I don't even know, man. I really keep thinking Bot Burgers is gonna do it to him, and they always just fall short. They find ways to bait my heart. That big flank from Twitchy was wild.
Yeah, rather interesting, but it did work out. Really, just this Bot Burgers we've seen on Dorado and Hollywood are looking like the Bot Burgers I kind of expected to see today.
Absolutely, a lot of mismanagement in the ultimates, a lot of positional errors. Not knowing that Reinhardt is on a massive flank was pretty bad, right, for them.
Yeah, hopefully Bot Burgers can bring it out.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we're going to Oasis. We're going to a map 5. I mean, this is what it's about, man.
And I mean, not to be a downer, but I do think Botburgers has a little chance to win this unless they make a massive switch up, because CDC just looks a lot better than they have the last 2 maps.
I mean, what would you be doing if you were, asked to give some advice based on what you just seen? Like, what do you think they should be doing? Because I feel like it boils down to frontline play.
Yeah, I think their
You know-
front line needs to be more disciplined. Just needs to stay with the team more, not go on flanks as often, try to just stay in front of his team and provide a shield for them to pop off. Because if he does, like, Sloth and Phone have proven that they will pop off and do well.
Absolutely, I think that's what it boils down to. And I mean, like I've been impressed with like the individual mechanical plays of the tanks. It's just like at the end of the day, your decisions are gonna matter more, and the decision to like pin the way that Imagine is pinning has been unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right,
And looks
Octo's
like
back.
Octo is back. So we will see. I mean, we are going to Oasis here. I don't really know the individual teams' records on Oasis, but
I mean, we know Botburgers at least lost once on Oasis.
yeah, that is true, yeah.
Very much that has happened. I think
do
they've also
believe
reverse swept somebody, haven't they? Didn't the Botburgers reverse sweep somebody? I can't remember.
I do not think so now.
Okay.
Yeah, but CDC
So-
did lose in Oasis last week, so
Oh. So here's the question: who chokes harder? That is the question apparently at hand.
looking at it, it does look like DKE was able to beat Vitalize. That's
Wait, what?
it looks.
Really?
Yeah, a massive upset coming out.
That is
Isn't that a shakeup in the playoff picture?
No, DKE was eliminated, but Vitalized is falling now. Yeah, Vitalized is still playing for
Okay.
seeding. They were tied, or currently they're 6-2, and so is Papega Barretts. But with this loss, they'll be 6-3.
Interesting. Okay. That's wild. That's a wild situation. I mean, who knows? Maybe like I think to like Wisdom and in Novice, and like the reason we keep playing as hard as we do, and part of that is like undefeated would be nice to have. I mean, I imagine after you get that first loss and you've locked up and you're playing for seeding, like who knows? Maybe you're treating it like bye weeks. I don't know. That surprised me. I heard DKE was like, I mean, I've not been impressed when I watched DKE.
Yeah, but they are. I mean, they were fighting for that first place seed with Papega Parrots, but now they
That's
are
true.
falling down. I don't know how the Papega Parrots game is going, but if they win this,
They
they
lock
are
it up,
pretty
right?
much guaranteed. Yeah.
Wow.
But that would be really interesting to see Botburgers upset CDC right here. See 2 upsets in the week.
No, absolutely. Especially, with how dominant Botburgers looked at for the beginning of it. I mean, if Botburgers can like, start replicating what they showed us in those first 2 maps, I mean, they could actually do something in the playoffs, right?
Yep. I
Um,
mean, I guess, but I think it's more that CDC didn't recognize at first the mistakes of Botburgers. Now they have, and they're just punishing them for it.
I mean, that's true. Again, like that this is assuming, right, you can get back to what you were doing in the first 2 maps. If what you're saying is true, right, like CDC should be able to wrap up this map no problem. So, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this is more, Botburgers being themselves right now, because it's going to be much more interesting to see them play at full power.
Sadly, it does look like Silver Arrow, but Botburgers like actual main tank just arrived.
Well, that's unlucky.
I doubt they would play, but that's kind of unlucky seeing they join right at the start of the 5th map.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because Imagine's kind of getting roasted.
That is true. That is true.
Anyway, so Oasis, we're starting in University, right? That's what this one's called.
Yes, this is University.
Awesome. So yeah, University, like very very powerful for brawl. Lots of enclosed spaces, but it's also good for spam. And we see Loreley running out on Junkrat.
We do see phone on the May
Imagine
here.
But
wall.
Bobber's playing very fast. Wall comes out. It gets twitchy, but Bubble comes out and saves him. And then Imagine with the questionable. Oh my
No
goodness,
one's
Sloth
flashing
just
Twitchy
saved. Sloth
Wiz
finding
does fall to
Wiz.
Sloth.
Sloth also saved Imagine very hard. Sloth is just killing everything. Good counter pin from Twitchy, but Twitchy's gonna die. There's more people from Bot Burgers than there are from CDC, and CDC's gonna run the heck away. Yeah, Sloth just popped off, dude.
Phone had a
And
good
the wall
wall
from
there,
Phone.
but
Yeah.
no one focused Twitchy. He was by himself behind that wall. And then he backed up, then again went into the team, and no one focused him originally.
Yeah, and the bubble coming out too from Gumshoe, Surmy actually was a big deal.
But
Well,
Imagine
Bubbles used
is playing
early.
better here,
Cole
but
lessons
there
out.
he goes.
Imagine just pins. Wall in. Oh, big Donna, you just gotta keep pushing him, man.
Yeah,
The
they can
CDC
push him
just gonna
back here.
kite and reset. Oh, big
Shatter
slam!
finds one.
That's all you need sometimes. And it killed Wiz. It found 2. It actually got a kill onto Wiz.
Huge block,
So
but
now actually Bot
Spartan
Burger's
does
up
fall.
1. And Phone
Blizzard
tries to
finds
free nothing.
That was really poor play by Bot Burgers, because like when you do that aggressive flank, you need to realize when you've gone too far. They didn't realize, and then that led to Spartan getting picked early, and they just didn't have the heals, and they couldn't back up.
Yeah, and the
But
focus
Twitchy
fire
does
was
get
definitely
wall.
off. Big Wolf onto Twitchy. Twitchy's gonna get away though, his team saving him.
But Sloth is
Imagine.
dead.
Yeah, Wiz finds Sloth. And now they're just kind of poking and prodding, but
So is
Gumshoe
Wiz
finds
dead.
Wiz, so now they can kind of fight.
But they do have 5
Imagine though,
bullets on
not
the
a lot
side
of
of
resources.
CDC.
And this is the stuff I've liked from Bot Burgers. They're rotating up to this high ground, trying to find a way to get more value out of their cooldowns than the opponent, and they're trying to also give themselves time for the reset. Now, of course, this is going to give Wiz a chance to get back, which is not good. And that pin almost got Twitchy.
There goes about every ult. still anybody's
okay,
fight.
it's a winnable for Bot Burgers, actually.
Yeah, it's winnable for both teams.
Sloth finds Wiz, yeah. Phone has a good wall there. Imagine's onto Surmy. Surmy is getting focused by 3, but like they just cannot finish, and it kills.
Massive
Big
shatter.
slam onto Surmy. Gets
But Bot Burgers needs to get out. They're
Twitchy
not
to
gonna win
save
this.
his other tank. They just took too long to clean up that fight. I actually think Bot Burgers had the advantage for a large portion of it, and they just never focused anything. Nothing died.
Yeah, but almost 8 ults came out in that singular fight, so.
That's true. They did actually get a lot of value, and they
But it
it
did
was
stall
more
for a
they
while.
didn't
This
commit.
is pretty much the last fight.
Big pin coming out from Imagine. It gets nothing, and he dies. Jeremy gets 2.
Massive
Big.
shatter.
Oh my goodness. Very well played from CDC. Imagine, my guy. These
Yeah,
pins.
and that should be it. I mean, I was just about to say, when the Bot Burgers first one, Imagine looks really good not pinning in, but right when I was about to say that, he did pin in, and he's been doing it a lot now, so. Caster's Curse. They
Absolutely.
don't even touch. Also, Phone did kind of blunder that Blizzard first time around.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to do was he was trying to get the culling. He was trying to trade the ult out, right? So Coalescence was out, and he kind of got the Moira at first, but like there's a slight speed buff on Moira if I remember correctly when she's culling.
Yeah, he
so
tried to
she just
I don't.
got
Yeah,
out.
this wasn't very good.
No, yeah, I think the idea was correct. The execution wasn't there, right? He was trying to trade Blizz for the Cole.
But you see, I think they do have Phone in because these next 2 maps are far maps, and I think they're like, okay, we might lose University, but we win these next 2.
Absolutely. And Bot Burgers was playing overall well until, well, that very awkward situation with the Blizzard, to be honest.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah.
Phone gets the bubble. Doomfist is looking to try to get Phone
Doom is
out
hitting
of
the
the
roll head on
sky,
Phone, and he does fall to Wiz.
but they should be able to res this, and they do.
That is Doom fight again.
So, Phone is just aggroing the heck out of things. He's getting
But
the
Spartan
pocket
does
back,
fall.
but Twitchy gets Spartan, and Imagine falls. Loyally gets Sloth, and that's probably going to be this first cap going to the side of CDC.
Oh, but
Oh, Sploosh kills
just
Lorley?
find Doom. Phone's on the healers right now. Lucio's hitting the roll on the Phone, and he kills him. Charm
my
with the
goodness.
BM. He's just BMing him.
Gets bubbled so he can get back to his team safely, and that's going to be a little bit of a delay.
My Phone is coming up on this barrage, so hopefully we see something big coming out from him.
And more importantly, Twitchy has slam, and Imagine's actually done a good job blocking, and he needs to keep that up.
He
Like
has,
he's
yeah.
aggroing in now. Oh, huge
What a
block!
block!
That was massive. He was stunned too. The timing from Twitchy was slightly off, and that gave Imagine like this window to block. And I'm impressed. That was the best thing I've seen him do.
Yeah, good block. He does seem competent blocking shatters.
Very competent, and Imagine actually straight up carrying that point. To be honest.
I mean, to be fair, he was flash. I think he did just put his shield up reactionally. But
no,
still
but I
a good
mean,
block.
like if he's flashed, like he shouldn't have been able to get.
Yeah.
Like the
true.
slam should have still come out.
But he
Like,
doesn't have his
I
own
feel
shot.
like
We
they
find
did know
something
he had
massive.
slam. Oh, and
And-
Barrage gets 4, 5.
But Imagine is going in.
Find the 6K phone. Find the 6K. Please.
He's chasing the Doom.
And Doom's gonna get away, but a huge play from Phone to like keep Botburgers in this very tight series.
But we do see almost every ult coming out besides the Shatter and the Barrage from both teams. So
I
Let's see
mean,
another
but
ult
Botburgers
fest.
is running into this with 4 ults.
let's see if
So-
Imagine can hit a massive Shatter. He
Big
hits it.
slam! And that's gonna be enough to clean up the fight. Phone finding 2 off of that. Imagine.
And Phone
I'm
just got a
not
3K.
kidding. He's bumper in intermediate. Like, what the hell?
I mean, I'm not even gonna say anything because the second I say something, he's gonna charge into the entire team. But,
That's fair. That's fair.
but we do see Phone almost on another Barrage, already 80%. But the thing
That
is,
buff Farah got is so good,
Botburgers
man.
just used 3 ults right there, while CDC only used 1.
Loreley looking for the flank. Doesn't find anything. Looking for a kill on the phone. Sloth gets a kill on the Wiz with High Noon. Doom trying to get Mercy. Mercy is very much weak. And it's a big
massive
grab.
grab
Space
comes
Jam
out.
coming
Space Jam.
in. Finds
Massive.
2.
But
Big
Phone
barrage
tries to
attempt.
bring
And
it back.
Loreley cleans up Phone. I actually kind of like the barrage. As crazy as that sounds, I mean, like you said, he's building it so fast, right?
Yeah,
Why
he
not
just
try?
seems to. Sometimes he brings a Barrage out when the fight's like just a little too late. Like if he would have
Absolutely.
brought that out like 0.5 seconds earlier, that would have probably saved him. But his final fight, and they do have Shatter and Grav and Coalescence pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately now ult advantage over to the side of CDC. CDC sitting on 4.
they have to
Having only
play
used
it out.
Space Jam to win that fight. So this is going to come down to mid-fight. Can Phone find a kill before they pop too many ultimates? Or can he force
Yeah,
out something
hopefully.
early?
Literally does find Sloth early, but
Big
massive
Slam
Shatter.
finds 3. Twitch main tank player. That was about as good as it gets. But on
now
the right side,
is on the side of Botburgers.
yeah, I was going to say,
Dude,
oh, and Phone
literally
finds
tried to hit
Loreley
the
as an
rollout.
exit.
I don't know if you saw, but he tried to chase him on the roof, and he just got direct hit 2 times and died.
Well, and that's a big exit frag. And Loreley, you see now switching to the soldier to try to alleviate some of the pressure that Phone's providing.
Yeah, I think just to get there fast, but Phone does have this Barrage. And imagine a Shatter and Gumshoe has
Sloth
Barrage.
finds
Huge
Wiz,
pick
that's
by
big.
Sloth.
All
find
right,
a
all
one,
the
but
ults
that's
come out,
all.
but it looks like Botburgers wins this fight. Just hold her shield, and they get the rest on the phone,
Soul Shield, yeah. There's a
and
Moira
they
on
have
point,
Shatter.
just
They
to kill
can win
her.
this. Yeah, they do got to clean up Moira, and they clean up both Splooge using the pistol, the trusty Battle Mercy.
Yeah, but I doubt they'll even have time for a full reset. Yeah, ball's coming in. Won't even touch. But Imagine goes off the map.
Imagine! Like, what is...
Uh,
I can't. This man is, like, so emotional.
Score. 1.
From our sources, we've learned that he tried to charge a flanking high nooning McCree, and it didn't work out too well for him. The McCree never did get on point, so I guess it is a win. And we do see the Farah Doomfist comp coming out from the side of CDC here. Wiz did look pretty good on that Farah on Gerardo, and literally didn't look bad on the Doomfist last map.
Minus the, attempted rollout kill. That,
Yeah, he tried to hit a roll on
embar-
phone a little too much. It didn't work, but hopefully he learns.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to mirror the Farah. Wiz is on the Farah.
Yeah, but
So this
Octo
should
is on
be
the
a
BAP
fun
Gs, so it's not a full mirror. And Sloth is on the McCree to put pressure on Wiz.
And Octo is good because, like, I mean, we've already seen Octo can hit shots. Like, Octo can put a ton of
But the
pressure on
Farts are
Phone.
battling on coast side, but Gumshoe just finds a big.
And Doom is dead to Gumshoe. Gumshoe just showing his worth on the Zarya. And right now they're just jockeying for position. Phone finds Octo. That's a big pick. And Twitch is just like, I'm gone, dude. I'm done. This is not a thing.
Yeah.
And Botburger's gonna clean up this initial cap.
Oh, we just seen an aerial battle over the water.
And Phone has the bubble with a big advantage, but oh my goodness, the snipes.
Yeah, good.
But
Good
it's a
pick
trade.
by Wiz, but
It's a trade, so it favors
yeah,
Botburgers
Phone has
here.
the assistance of his entire team,
Yeah, absolutely. And the
and they are
and it was
full
Sloth that
mirror
cleaned up the
now
kill.
with, or the DPS side, and literally goes onto that Pharah. So maybe he's a better Pharah than Wiz. And that's
Yeah, maybe, or maybe Loreley just can't play the hit scan heroes.
yeah, I
Besides
think Wiz is a
Soldier.
hit scan.
That
so,
would
yeah.
have to be that, right?
And Wiz wasn't
Oh,
exactly
Phone finds
close to
Octo
the
again.
barrage.
That's these picks he's getting are so important.
But Spartan does fall, so there are
falls
even.
to Surmy.
Octo gets res, but Twitchy and Charm do fall.
And it's just
Yeah, it's just the
the
phone cleanup
phone
show
show,
now.
dude. Imagine just holding shield and, you know, controlling space. Big pin attempt. Gimshoe gets 3 himself.
Yeah, massive by Gumshoe right there.
And holy cow, Botburgers is just looking like Botburgers from all the way on map 1.
Yeah, and look at the ult advantage for side of Botburgers. Every ult besides that grab.
Yeah, I mean the switches from CDC really opened up the opportunity for Botburgers to build a big lead here.
Yeah, and they only have 2 more fights. If they just manage their ults correctly, they should be their game.
Phone's gonna be looking to use Barrage, I would have to think.
Massive shot.
And a huge slam! Imagine!
They just
boom
need 2
or
ults
bust!
right there. And
I can't believe what I'm watching, man. This looks nothing like the team we've seen lose the last 2 maps.
yeah, and we see 4 ults from the side of Botburgers right here, and pretty much only 2 on the side of CDC.
No,
so.
there's 4 on the side of
I mean, they'll have a
there's
lot
4
of
on the side of
mid-fight,
CDC. They're
If they
gonna
find the
have them
picks
all
early,
very
they
quickly.
will be able to do it. Mass barrage attempt from Phone right here.
Big high noon from Sloth here, just to zone out the other team, and probably broke shield there.
He just breaks shield.
Window comes out,
Massive block by
wasted
Matt.
shatter,
Huge. that should
and the
be it.
grab comes in with the barrage. The barrage finds 3,
But
but Loreley,
literally, it's winnable.
it
No one's
doesn't
left. It's just
matter.
a battle mercy.
Who's on point?
Battle
The
mercy.
Mercy. She's gonna res. She gets the res onto Twitchy. All they have to do is kill this.
charge.
Twitchy needs to die. Please.
But ball's back.
Now Ball's on point.
Kill ball. It's
Wiz is gonna be back on a Tracer. Gumshoe
Tracer's
finds
back.
2.
Tracer's more
Tracer's back, and they're waiting to stall.
And that's
this.
it. Botburgers
But-
won.
Oh, Botburgers with they held on. What happened? I can't believe this, dude. Their main tank was trying to throw. I don't understand.
I'm very confused, but I mean, like I said, I stopped talking about Imagine, and he did stop feeding. So
And then went straight back to feeding and somehow didn't die. I don't understand. I mean,
who knows?
This was wild. If Botburgers can find a main tank before the playoffs start, if they can make playoffs, they might have a chance.
And now are we doing interviews? Correct?
I mean, I think it has to be Phone. It has to
Yeah,
be Phone
I
or
wanna talk-
Gumshoe, right? It's one of those 2.
Phone, Gumshoe, or Sloth. One of the 3.
I feel like it's Phone though, dude.
Yeah, Phone.
Phone, yeah, I feel like it's Phone. Oh my word, that was an incredible series. I mean, you know, Botburgers thought they were doing Botburgers things at the end. I did not expect that. I don't even know, dude.
And Phone wants to interview.
I'm hype. Yes, bring him in.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Phone.
Oh, you were casting my game.
Yes, it's us.
Yeah, in the full interest of disclosure, we play in Wisdom Academy. Phone is a coach on Wisdom Academy, kinda. And yeah, no, but I mean, Phone was absolutely a difference maker today. I thought, I think it came down to him or Gumshoe. And I just wanted to talk to you about the first map mostly. So like, what was the game plan going into the first map? Because obviously, you know, you're known for a pretty narrow set of heroes.
That is true. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Just so the question is, what was the kind of thought process for the team going into today, especially
Going
down to main?
going down our main tank.
Or
You say?
I believe you had a sub at main tank, right?
No. This is our plan going in. Like we have imagine who's an off tank and tank flex. Like imagine and Gumshoe fit really good together because like Gumshoe plays half the main tanks and half the off tank. So like Gumshoe will play Orisa, but then Imagine will play Reinhardt, and then they both like one plays Hog, one plays Zarya. It's a good
Gotcha.
it's a good like combo. And going into the first map that we had, like we were just like okay, we had a good warm up scrim. We had a decent warm up scrim before, and we had a good warm up scrim on Friday. And basically what we did is we were like okay, we play how we want. We play if we play the pharmacy, play the Kree, and we run them over. Because if they play aggro, then we play more aggro than they do. We cycle ults, use combos, and just outplay them.
Awesome.
I have to ask. I know Bot Burgers doesn't have the best reputation for being the best team. Like, did that affect you going in? Like, do you think you're gonna do really bad, or do you think you had a chance at winning this from the start?
Oh, from the start, I like after that first fight, I knew that we most likely were gonna win the match.
And also, if you didn't know, DKE did win, so 2 massive upsets this week. So
Yeah, and I guess that also has to do with like just at the end of the season where it's like the bad, like I don't want to say bad teams, but it feels like that happens sometimes in certain like sports leagues and stuff, and especially in esports, where it's like once teams have a low chance of making the playoffs or teams that are already in the playoffs, it's like usually the teams with a lesser record tend to win.
No, absolutely. And as time goes on, right, teams are getting better. So and that's definitely what we saw at Bot Burgers. What happened though? Like, what do you think was like holding you all back on the 2 maps you lost?
To be honest, we lost. To be honest, we tried to change things up. It's like, okay, they're playing a Junk, they're playing a Hanzo. How do we beat this? And instead of going back to like the Ryan Zarya Pharmacy McCree or like we this one thing is we tried to play heroes that were kind of comfort picks, but not like our best heroes.
Got it. Awesome.
I have for that second point defense, or for the defense on Gerardo, you guys run that Bastion Pharah comp. I know that comp was running Novice. Did you take that strat from Novice Games? Or like was it more on the fly comp?
It was they full held us. We need to full held them harder. So we played like a high damage, like hold the front line comp. And I did see the game with Geometric trying to win over Wisdom with that comp. But I was not the one that made the call of the comp. I did find it funny because I did remember, like as Spartan called the comp, I did remember that Geometry did the same thing against Wisdom.
Awesome, man. And if I'm correct, I believe Bot Burgers is still not dead for playoffs now, correct?
From what I know, yes, we are. And if we lost 2 maps or CDC won 2 maps the next 2 weeks, then we're out. So since we lost 2 maps today, that means that we're out.
Okay. Well, still, it was an excellent series to watch. I got nothing else for you besides. Do you have anyone you want to shout out?
I'd like to shout my team. Like they played really well today. We did a lineup, especially the tanks that we've never run before with Gumshoe and Imagine, and it appeared to work out like really well for us. Spartan for being an amazing shot caller and trying to fix things that weren't working. And thank you to CDC for not having a good fucking hit scan player.
Oh, little BM.
I
like
love it, man. I love the energy. Anyway, good games, y'all. Thank you. Thanks for interviewing us.
Thank you for
doing
having
the
me.
interview.
Good luck.
Whoa. That is what? So, yeah, so DKE apparently won 3-0-1. And I'm just shocked. I mean, I would just assume it would have been like CDC and Bot Burgers, but apparently not. too bad DKE is already out of the running for playoffs. But it's cool to see all these teams getting better and playing better for the most part.
Yeah, but this really will shake up the playoff standings because I mean, like the playoffs are already set, but like those internal playoff seeds are still moving
Absolutely.
around. They'll really change
Absolutely.
that up.
Yeah, it changes up matchups a lot. You know, one has to wonder, is it potentially better for like playing for number one seed's nice and all, but like if you start thinking that, the worst team's not actually the last place team, like that's a whole thing. So who knows what internally is going on? It's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, I think that's the end, unless you have anything else to say, Renee.
Oh no, I'm done. I am just flabbergasted. The match was amazing. Thank everyone for joining us. This recording was super fun to do. I had a great time. Thanks to Pineapple for co-casting with.
Yeah, thanks you also. And GG.
And all production. Thank you for doing this.